Good afternoon, everyone. Coming at you with episode 45 of Pinstripe Press. Yankees looking good. They did drop the series to the Orioles, but man, the bats are raking right now.
Yeah, seeing a lot of good things out of the bats. Definitely even, someone who's been struggling like Cody Bellinger, definitely stepping up a little bit. He's had a couple of decent series. And yeah, I mean, can we just talk about Aaron Judge? Like that dude has been spectacular. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable what we're witnessing out of him.
Oh my, it's yeah, it's like every game you just like you're watching and you see like, oh, it's a 2-for-3 night, and then like, oh, it's the next game he tops that with 3-for-3 night with a home run, and it's like it's kind of crazy. Like it's really is hard to believe like how well he's playing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Night in and night out. He goes out there and does everything for this team. Yeah, and I think like we all know how good he is, but I think like we all just need to kind of take it in and like really appreciate that we're witnessing one of the greats like right in front of us. Like he is that good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I think I saw what they compared. Yeah, so looking at his stats through April 30th, like last year, obviously he had that slow start and still had the season he had. So, I mean, like imagine he keeps this up like the whole year. I mean, obviously he probably won't to the magnitude. Like,
He's
I mean,
prone to a slump here and there.
yeah, like because I mean I'd be super happy if he like hit the rest of the way 427, but just with how long the season is, it's probably not realistic. But even if he has like a semi like decent like season the rest of the way, like he's gonna be on his pace for another MVP, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's the heavy favorite right now. Um, yeah, he's incredible. But that being said, since our last episode, we went 3-3. We won the Blue Jays series, which included a doubleheader, and we lost the series to the Orioles, which is a little disappointing because they have been struggling this season. Their pitching has been horrendous. Offense has been okay, on and off. But yeah, we ended up dropping that series, losing 2 of those games by 1 run. So yeah, there's obviously it's still not all, it's not all good things happening right now. So we'll get more into that series pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because obviously, like you look at these games and they probably could have swept. They should have swept the Blue Jays, and then the Orioles. 2 close game losses and then the 1 blowout win. It's again still up and down. And I mean, looking at this first game for Toronto, Yankees were winning the whole time until 9th inning, and Devin Williams gets another chance, which we've been talking about his his up and down Yankee tenure right now, and he blows this game and gives up 3 runs in the 9th, which it's like you feel bad for him. And I guess it's kind of like Aaron Judge right now. Like, every time he goes out there, like you really can't believe that he just like, I don't know, he's just not doing great. I mean, obviously with his new role, he's doing better, but it's like, man, it's like you just didn't expect every single time he's gone out there, he's giving up runs.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad, to be completely honest. I wasn't worried about him, but the more and more that this keeps happening, obviously you got to start to be concerned. Even if he is like some of his peripheral numbers are still pretty good, he just isn't getting the swing and miss stuff that he used to. So yeah, for now he's going to be out of the closer role. We have Luke Weaver for that, who we definitely trust. believe he still hasn't given up an earned run this year. But yeah, in the meantime, Williams is going to have to work his way back into the closer role. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, we lose that game one of the Blue Jays. Obviously not ideal that we only put up 2 runs, but if you look at the offense, the box score, put up 10 hits, which is pretty solid. But yeah, obviously we blow that game towards the end and get off to a bad start there.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely the offense has really taken a stride here. I mean, you see that in the next game they played, obviously a doubleheader. In the first game, doubleheader, putting up 11 runs. 11 runs facing a guy like Kevin Gausman's too. So, I mean, 11 runs, 12 hits, and, Fried, another great start for him. He's 5-0 on the season right now with that was the game. No. Wait. So I don't – it says – I'm looking at one thing, it gave him an earned run in that game, and another thing, it didn't give him an earned run because, it says his ERA is at 1.19. I mean, he's just been great. I know we keep talking about him, but he's been great.
Yeah, Fried, he's been, super, really good. I mean, obviously, this one he didn't show a ton of strikeout stuff, but, I mean, he's going out there and doing what he does. He's been incredible. Sticking to that like 1 ERA, which is insane. So, shout out to him. He, kept it going like scoreless for the most part while we were putting up a ton of runs. And the offense only hitting 1 home run to get to 11 runs. So we're doing it in other ways as well.
Yeah. And then, the second game of this series, we got Clark Schmidt looking for a bounce back. And, he had it this game, only gave up 1 hit, 6 strikeouts. So that was – he needed to see that from him, especially with the back end of the rotation, which we'll talk about. We'll talk about here soon. We need him to do well. We really do. And, this was a great game by him. The bullpen, the offense put up 9 hits. So, I mean, as you're listening, you kind of can pretty much divide up kind of the negatives of this team right now. Honestly, there's only a few, but they're still, big pieces of the picture here. But in this game, again, Grisham, which we'll get into, he's been hitting well. I mean, you just look down, like everyone's getting hits, everyone's contributing. It's actually like fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Grisham got the leadoff homer in this game, and then you go down to JC Escara, who also hit his first career home run in this game. So we're getting production up and down the lineup. Another 9 hits in this game, and we did well against a starting pitcher in Chris Bassett, who's been off to a really good start this season. So that was another good performance, and Clark Schmidt as well, a really good performance. Still working on the command a little bit. Had 4 walks, but definitely a step in the right direction after his previous couple of starts.
Yeah, so I mean, you look at this series, Yankees take it, and I mean, a great bounce back from that first game, but you had the sweep in your hands and they blow it. But I mean, ultimately, a pretty good series versus, a Blue Jays team that's starting to struggle and kind of go back to reality with the team that they really are.
Yeah, and after this series, we're sitting at 17-11, so honestly looking really good record-wise. And then we get into the Orioles series where they come in with a 10-18 record, I believe 10-17 record. So, we're expecting to beat them, and then we lose this series.
Yeah, and The two games they lose are with Will Warren on the mound and Carrasco, and I mean you look at the score and it's 4-3, 5-4 in those losses, but I mean, I guess Warren. They're just problem is they're just not going deep into games, and yeah, he only gave up 4 runs, which with the offense the Yankees have, you expect to score runs, but the problem is if you can't even go 4 innings, this means we got to go use other guys in the bullpens. They might not. He might not give up like 8 runs, but I feel like giving up 3 runs and going only 2 to 3 innings is going to be take a critical impact on the bullpen further down the line than just giving up more runs. So it's just I don't know. He's definitely been frustrating because the offense is doing well. Freed and Rodon's starting to figure out, or at least he's playing well. So you got them. If Clark Schmidt continues to do well, and it's like the offense is playing well, it seems like the problems here are just the back end of that rotation. And I mean, you say Devin Williams, but his role changed, so at least they've made some changes there. But it's like, man, if they just fix that, it's like that seems like it's definitely the sore spot right now.
Yeah. And it's been really frustrating for Will Warren because you just see him some starts, and he goes out there and looks really good. But yeah, he seems to be going on and off, back and forth between good and bad starts, and this one happened to be a bad one. And then you got to go. We're lucky to have a guy like Ryan Yarbrough who can give us multiple innings out of the bullpens because he really kept us in this game. We did start to make the comeback in the late innings, but we didn't do enough. So definitely put us in a hole when Will Warren goes out there and doesn't have his best stuff. Between him and Carrasco, we mentioned it before, but they're both liable to having those bad starts. So really you just got to hope for them to have one of their better starts and then eventually get Luis Hill back.
Yeah, and I mean the Yankees had 10 hits in this game, and they were down 4-0 in the third inning. So it's like, oh, why? And obviously we had a comeback, but it's to be down by 4 runs that early in the game. It's gonna be hard to do. It's different if it was 0-0 through 6 innings. So it's just like if the pitcher just does that early, it does not set the team up for success at all.
Another thing I want to mention from this game is, the final box score does look better, but through the first 5 innings, we were facing Sugano, who is not a strikeout pitcher. He's shown that so far in his first season at MLB, but he goes out there and grabs 8 strikeouts over 5 innings. So, it wasn't the best showing from the offense either. We did inflate the numbers, in the late innings when we put up those few runs, but it's not perfect from the offense either.
Until the next game. Oh shoot. The lights turned off. Sorry about that. Next game though, 5 spot in the first. 4 people hit homers in the first inning? It's like, man, I guess that's what their statement game from that offense there. That's again, it's like, how do you go from that game we just saw to that? It's just, I'll never understand it.
Yeah, one of those games, obviously, like we saw it like earlier in the season, game 2 of the season, but it's just one of those you can't miss. It's super fun to watch, going back to back to back right at the beginning of the game. Or sorry, back to back. Back to back to back.
Yeah.
And then Belly hitting one as well in the first inning. And then we had Rodon on the bump, who looked really good as well until, I believe he went out on the mound in the 7th and then started to struggle a little bit. But it was just all around a really good game. Obviously facing Kyle Gibson, who was making his first start of the season. But yeah, I mean, we took advantage of it for sure. And yeah, like super fun to watch.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that Nestor game, where yeah, you just every pitch it just seemed like they just got a hold of. Yeah, I mean a great game there. Rodon pitched well, the offense, and I mean when you build up that lead, it's hard for I mean like it'd be hard for Rodon to blow that there. So I mean that was good, and then I mean
Ben
we
Rice,
didn't.
2 homers.
Yeah, my
He's
gosh,
still
yeah,
been really good. But also in this game, we had Jazz Chisholm uh, get injured, something with his side. Um, and yeah, I believe it was Pablo Reyes or no Peraza that came in
yep.
to replace him. Um, but yeah, I believe they're doing tests on him today. They waited until the Yankees off day to do tests on him, so we'll get more information on the severity of Chisholm's injury. But yeah, until then, we'll probably be seeing more of Reyes and Peraza at second base.
Yeah, and that's why you got Peraza up here, and I mean this could be like his opportunity to get some more playing time, and I mean obviously Pablo Reyes, but Peraza is that prospect that we've been hoping to see come about. I mean, so into this last game here, it was man, they go up 2-0 in the first inning, Judge home run, and the vibes are high. Coming off the game we just talked about, then into this, and then man, second inning, Carrasco looks horrible. It's it's just like he just totally killed the vibes.
Yeah, he got hit around um, a lot in that second inning, and yeah, immediately gave away our lead. And then from there on out, um, yeah, I mean, their bullpen did pretty well to hold us. So um, all in all, you know, just not the best game.
Yep, just not. Our bullpen. As I've like looked at these games, and we talked about it last episode, but like the bullpen's pitching pretty well, man. I mean, they really
Yeah,
are. You look at Fernando Cruz, and you know, his thing when we got him is everyone talks about his strikeouts, and that's his game, and man, like it's definitely been put on a show there.
yeah, he's been super good, and it's nice to have someone like him that we brought in and is stepping up into this role. Obviously we've had the closer struggle, so we move Weaver into the closer role, and then we have another setup guy in Cruz who's been lights out as well. So yeah, he's been really good. Bullpen as a whole has been really good, other than Williams. So yeah, they definitely kept us in this game, but once again, um, the deficit from our starting pitching was too much to overcome.
Yeah, so I mean, Yanks lose that series, and it's a close series, but it's a series you should have taken. Um, and it's got me thinking now. We just talked about the bullpen, and it's not that I'm worried, but I feel like the narrative for the Yankees, like the past couple of years, it's been they've started off well, um, and a lot of the guys on offense, start off well as also, and then the bullpen does well. And I don't know, and they do well because they're being used a lot, so we're seeing them more. And from obviously the past seasons, that's totally taken a turn come like the middle of the season. Do you think that could happen? I mean, obviously anything could happen, but I just I don't know because right now the offense is clicking. We have a few starting pitchers that are doing well, but because of again the back end, which has been like it the past 3 years, doesn't do well. It causes our bullpen to pitch more, and we kind of drain these guys. So it's like they're doing well now, but I'm just like, are we going down a similar path?
Yeah, I mean, I Yeah, you bring up a really good point. I think it's inevitable that we're going to have some injuries in the bullpen. Um, the only thing that's keeping me more positive this year is that we have, I'd say, better depth than we've had in previous years. So I like the depth that we have out of the bullpen. And yeah, we still got a couple of guys that are injured that are making their way back. So they'll add to the mix even more. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for what this bullpen could be. But then again, yeah, you know there's going to be some injuries down the line. So we'll see how that plays out as well.
Yeah, because I mean, looking on the offensive side, we got obviously guys like Ben Rice is playing really well. Trent Grisham, which definitely want to talk about. So I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's nothing against these guys, but it's like they don't have the resume of, it's not like it's Aaron Judge or an all-star guy we have on our team that it's like, okay, well, we know they're good. They've done it in the past. Where it's like really with Ben Rice, rookie, hasn't really played. We don't know what to expect. And then I mean Grisham's been in the league, but he's not a 280 hitter with 20 home run season. So it's like, I guess that's where it's like I just don't want to get like overexcited and then just get hit in the face with the mid-season wall like we have been for the past years.
Yeah, I I I know what you're saying. I just want to like keep hope in. I have belief that Rice and Grisham can keep these things up. At least Ben Rice, because his metrics are really good. He's been super good this year. And yeah, even looking at Trent Grisham, his Savant page is like lighting up red right now. Obviously, that's not the end all be all, but I think he could definitely keep things going. Maybe not to the level he is right now, but he he is better than the hitter that we saw last year. I think that's clear. He didn't really play too much last year. He's definitely better than what he showed last year. In previous years, he's had better seasons. So it's not like he's a slouch on offense. He could definitely provide something. I think we're getting the best out of him right now, which is good. And then, yeah, even if those two slow down, you've got guys like Chisholm and Bellinger that you hope will step up because they haven't been great thus far. But we know they have that pedigree where they can be really good. So, yeah, even if we have a couple of guys cool off, hopefully a couple other guys heat up and they make up for what we're losing.
Yeah, hopefully, that middle of the pack can somehow even themselves out between Volpe, Jazz, Wells, and Rice. And I mean, hopefully Grisham could keep this going because he's raking right now. It reminds us of like Matt Carpenter that season on the Yankees. But man, if he could. I mean, they're playing really well. I mean, hopefully he could balance themselves out. And I saw something that Boone's trying to play Rice more at first base, and he said catcher during blowouts. But it seems like he definitely wants to see him on the defensive side of the ball here. So, I mean, he's playing well. Definitely exceeded expectations so far.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see what will happen with him when Stanton eventually comes back. I know Stanton did just get placed on the 60-day IL, but he will be back at some point this season. And when he does come back, Rice will need to be playing on, at first and catcher if he wants to get playing time because Stanton will be the everyday DH. So yeah, it's tough to see who's the odd man out right now. My thought and hope maybe is if he's, still sharp enough at catcher, he could be, he could share catching duties perhaps, play backup catcher. split time between catcher and first base. And yeah, maybe Escara gets dropped down to AAA. Yeah, that's what I would expect right now, but you really can't tell.
Yeah, definitely. It's always something you got to think about, and it's always the problem when. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but when some of these guys come back, what do the roles look like for some of these guys who are playing well right now? So it's just a decision we'll have to see. And I mean, I don't know. Now with this 60-day IL, so 60-day IL, I mean, when do you? Because I think they said they still don't know when he would start like a rehab assignment. Um, but I mean, it's still probably midsummer they're thinking.
Yeah, I think at the earliest, to be honest. I really don't know with Stanton. Yeah, I think I saw something that said he's taking batting practice.
Yeah.
But he's not yet ready for a rehab assignment. So maybe somewhere in June or July. My guess would be closer to July, just based on previous I don't know, ways they've brought back guys that have been injured to start the season, and I feel like they take it pretty cautiously usually. So I'd say closer to July, and then yeah, they'll have to make a decision around that time of what they want to do with their player mix.
Yeah, I mean that's close to the deadline, and like let's be honest, by the time that comes around, that timetable for Stanton, like we probably will know either what this team is or like honestly who we want going forward, because obviously we're just getting into May, so it's early, so it's like 1 to 2 more months, like we should probably know. Like I'd be shocked if there's like two people that are playing this well for a battle. Like I feel like at least like one of them might fizzle out and be like, okay, easy decision. We know who's going to get sent down or whatnot.
Yeah, it's difficult, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see what we do, because Grisham has worked his way into this sort of rotation.
Yeah.
We already have this rotation of Grisham, Dominguez, Bellinger in the outfield. And then, sometimes mixing in a DH, one of those guys. So we'll see with Ben Rice and Grisham both playing their way into, needing playing time. There's going to be an extra guy in that mix with Stanton.
And also when DJ comes back. He's raking right now in Somerset, dude. I can't wait.
I want to see what his actual stats are, because you definitely just saw that one game where he had a double and a homer.
We need him back in that lineup. We need him.
He could be Ozzy's backup.
Okay. Oh my God. Cabrera was like named the starter, but I feel like he barely plays still now.
Nah, he plays. Did
we talk about De La Cruz?
No. Yeah. So we just we just put it. We just claimed Brian De La Cruz off of waivers. Yeah, he'll just be a depth outfield option for us down the line. He's going to be in AAA for us. A guy who's played for Miami and Atlanta, I think also Pittsburgh, has some pop. Definitely has struggled with keeping that average up. So not a guy that's going to see consistent major league time for us, but if need be, he'll be a guy that we can call up. He is on the 40-man roster. So, that is recent news.
Yeah, it sounded like it was because since Stanton got sent to the 60-day IL, it cleared up that spot for him. So, hey, I mean, never can hurt to just see what you got, and who knows, maybe he could, provide something.
Yeah, I mean, he was on Atlanta getting some outfield time with, Acuna being out and everything. But then since the emergence of Alex Verdugo in Atlanta, they ended up, I believe, DFAing De La Cruz, and then he ended up being put on waivers. So yeah, that was our pickup.
Hey, maybe Tristan McKenzie can be next.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's just not good.
Dude.
But
Oh my God.
it's just injuries, man. Injuries kind of ruined him. He got DFA'd. He cleared waivers and got outrighted to AAA, so no one claimed him.
Well, can't be worse than Cookie Carrasco.
I think it can be, to be honest with you, but
yeah, I guess so.
But yeah.
What Yankees got? Rays coming up, Padres. Oh, Homestead here. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yankees, Mariners, Subway Series.
San Diego's going to be tough, so we'll see them after Tampa Bay. And yeah, we'll probably catch you guys after Tampa Bay and San Diego this homestand.
We'll see you then. Go Yanks.
Peace.